Yes, people, what is happening? Welcome back to Lily White Lane. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay. And today, I'm going to be bringing you your day after show where we take a look at some of the facts, stats, and quotes from yesterday's game. But before we get into the video, make sure if you're new here to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss out on the content. So I think you can expect to see all kinds of Tottenham Hotspur content, whether that be match previews, match reviews, player ratings, predicted lineups, Tottenham updates, transfer updates, unbiased Premier League shows, top 5 lists, debriefs and day after shows after every single Tottenham Hotspur game and fixture, the whole shebang. So make sure to smash that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So, Tottenham Hotspur did lose by 2-1 to Aston Villa live yesterday evening from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which did see fans return to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in what was a really gutting result, as I say, a really poor performance. So without further ado, let's get into some of the statistics from yesterday's fixtures. So we'll start things off possession. Obviously, we'll start things off on each individual stat, as I say, with Tottenham Hotspur because they were the home team in this game. So when it comes to possession, Tottenham had 61% of possession, whilst Aston Villa had 39%. When it comes to total shots, Tottenham Hotspur had 10, Aston Villa had 20. When it comes to shots on target, Tottenham Hotspur had 4 shots on target. Aston Villa also had 4 shots on target. When it comes to total passes completed, Tottenham Hotspur completed 555 passes, whilst Aston Villa completed 360 passes. When it comes to fouls given away, Tottenham Hotspur gave away 14 fouls, whilst Aston Villa only gave away 13. Now look, from those stats, we had more possession. We passed the ball around a lot more than they did. You can clearly see by those 555 passes, whilst they only had 360 and say 61 possession. But you have to look at that stat, and you have to look at it and see Villa were clinical. We weren't clinical. We may have had more of the ball than them. You know, we may have controlled possession better than them. But at the end of the day, they took their chances, and we didn't take our chances. As I say, they had 20 shots. They made more out of their opportunities. They had a lot more creativity in midfield provided by the likes of Jack Grealish and John McGinn, who I thought was absolutely brilliant in all fairness to Aston Villa. So look, definitely controlling the ball from Spurs, but Villa were clinical. We weren't, as I say, and you know, you have to look at those stats and see we may have controlled the ball, but you know, it's the joy of many games. You can take the ball, you can take possession. I'll take the 3 points of what Jose said after that Manchester City game, and you know, Villa fans can definitely sit there and say that because they were the better side on the day, even though we had more of the ball. You know, just because you have more of the ball, it doesn't mean you were the better side or you deserve to win. Because the performance and the way we passed the ball around, as I say, was awful. There was no creativity, no ambition to press high, as they kept on passing it back when we couldn't find an opportunity. Wasn't risking anything, and it simply wasn't good enough from Tottenham Hotspur yesterday. And the statistics definitely go to show that. But we're going to go on to one of our post-match interviews. Now, normally it's Ryan Mason who we bring on or someone else, but this time I'm going to go for one about Harry Kane. Now, obviously, it wasn't going to be about the match. We all knew when Harry Kane came on for his post-match interview, they weren't interviewing him to find out about his thoughts on the match. They were interviewing him to find out about the whole situation of leaving Tottenham Hotspur. And I think he answered the question really well. He says, given the club, I've given the club 16 years of my life, so I hope we can have a good, honest conversation and see where we go. Obviously, regarding his transfer to either Manchester United, Manchester City or Chelsea. Look, unless he goes to Arsenal or Chelsea, I think he's someone who will definitely get a good reception if he leaves. You know, he's not a traitor at all. He's served the club as 16 years, you know, whether half of that be off screen, as I say, you know, he's been a loyal servant, absolutely incredible the whole way through. And, you know, although he's had his injuries here and there, he's been consistently brilliant. He's been absolutely incredible. So look, if Kane was to go, we just have to let him go. And this is something that frustrates me as well, because I have that feeling that no matter what, ENIC are not going to let Harry Kane go. They're not going to let him go. Kane's going to fall out with the board. He's not going to be himself. We're going to have, you know, another situation while we did under Jose, and we know when the whole dressing room is lost, whoever comes in as a manager. And look, I think now is really going to expose the way that ENIC haven't been good enough as our owners. I really do believe it is. You know, Kane leaving, you know, opposition fans are like, what club will he go to? Spurs fans are like, I don't think he's going to any club. You know, if he does, it'll be an absolute miracle, and that club will probably have to pay 200 million. Because you look at someone like Daniel Levy, and people always have said to me, he's good on the financial side. That's the one thing I'll give him. You know, deals, financial things for Tottenham Hotspur. You know, he's built the foundations for this stadium for the future. But you have to look at things from a standpoint that when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur, it's really, really frustrating because people sometimes credit him on his tight negotiations for players leaving the club. I don't understand that. People always say, you know, if you've got a prized asset, he's the person you want. I really don't believe that. I really don't believe that. So if you've got a prized asset and someone's willing to pay a lot of money, as much as it will be bad and as much as it will hurt, you have to let that player go if someone else is willing to offer a lot of money. And then with that money, you rebuild the squad. The issue is with Daniel Levy, he holds on to these players and he holds on to them, that he's too focused on holding on to him. He doesn't invest in other positions. My perfect, you know, example for this is the right back position. Originally, Kyle Walker was our main man. Trippier was our backup. Aurier was our third choice right back, right? What happens? Kyle Walker leaves. Okay, we don't bring in a replacement. That's fine. We got Trippier. Trippier leaves. Still don't bring in a replacement. Then we bring in Matt Doherty. Always going for the second option. That's what they've done in their whole tenure at Spurs, and it simply isn't good enough. So this Harry Kane situation, it might even get to a point where I want him to leave. It might even get to a point where this player deserves a lot better at what he's getting at Tottenham Hotspur. And if someone puts in a good deal, you take that money, you let him go, and you have to invest. You cannot keep any of that money you get from selling Harry Kane basically to business deals. You have to spend that money on investments on the pitch. But those are my thoughts on the whole Kane situation. Look, I don't know how to put this. Do I want him to go? No, but at the same time, if it gets to a point where he's fallen out with the club and everything, and it's the best thing for his career, then yes, because you can take that money and invest in the rest of the squad. But as I say, do I want him to go? No. Do I think he'll go? Yes, I do think Harry Kane will go. But it's going to be very interesting to see the way that plays out in the summer. As I say, speaking of the summer, we'll have all the coverage of the Harry Kane stories this summer. So make sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe, tap the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. As I say, and you know, make sure to smash that like button as well, so it helps the channel out in the YouTube algorithm. As always, thank you for watching, and as always, come on, you Spurs!